Well, this all comes with less than 50 days until the presidential election. Gordon Severson heard from experts about whether this second apparent attempt on Trump's life could impact voters. Gordon?
Yeah, political scientists call it a sympathy vote, when voters who are on the fence lean towards a candidate who just experienced some kind of tragedy. Experts say we saw it happen shortly after the first attempt on Trump's life and will likely see it happen again now. But they argue it's unlikely this will have a significant impact on the election.
This is certainly an unprecedented series of assassination attempts.
Looking back at history, U of M political science professor Larry Jacobs says there have been times where Americans have changed their minds about a presidential candidate shortly after an assassination attempt.
Ronald Reagan, for instance, the attempt on his life, there was an increase in sympathy and support for Ronald Reagan, but within a month, it was back to where it had been before the assassination attempt.
Jacobs says Trump experienced the same boost after the first attempt on his life, but once again, the benefit was short-lived. Jacobs believes the same cycle will happen this second time around, with the sympathy fading long before Election Day.
The overwhelming majority of voters have already made up their mind. There's a battle now for a very small number of undecided voters who are sitting on the fence.
However, with such a close race, Jacobs says major news events like a conflict overseas or a significant change in the U.S. economy could drastically change the election if the candidates use that event to their advantage.
I think it's quite possible we're going to see something called an October surprise that we are not anticipating now, but could shake things up.
We may also see some changes to security at campaign events moving forward. After the first attempt on his life, Trump started using bulletproof glass at his outdoor events. We could also see some changes for the Harris campaign as well. Back to you.
All right. Thank you, Gordon.